Okay, we are going to take a look today at Elon Musk and his plan to put a colony on Mars. Now, basically, what I'm asking here is if in Elon Musk's lifetime, if he will succeed in putting a human colony on Mars. So I'm using Elon Musk's life as the timeline, and who knows how long he's going to live. But will he or will he not succeed putting a colony on Mars? We can break it down further from there. Counterbalance 10. That's the random word and number. The star. That's a pretty good original. Shit, it's the devil. Okay. The devil and the star. Talk about counterbalance, right? So, fascinating. Well, I mean, this makes sense because the devil is about obsession and possession. It's funny that the devil is also dancing on a dead world, you know. Uh, so the devil shows up on Mars. Anyway, Elon Musk is definitely obsessed. And as I've been getting into the space thing because of the all of the branches that came off of the readings about the moon, I started looking at the Apollo missions, the new Artemis missions, and I've really been looking into SpaceX and the shit that he's been doing, which is fucking amazing, right? He's I mean, NASA is going to be a partner that can help him out in some ways, but totally an afterthought. Like that shit isn't going to matter. If anyone does it, it's going to be Elon Musk, I believe. Anyway, this obsession that he has, and he has it, and he also has the resources to kind of back up that obsession and turn it into stuff. Now here, the devil is on top of the star. Now talk about a counterbalance because the star is kind of like a harmonization and a blessing coming from the universe, and the devil is like, no matter what the universe is sending at me, I'm gonna do this fucking thing, right? So both of them are true. Okay, so this looks like he is probably going to succeed. Let's just look on either side of the devil. Mhm, mhm. Well, this might be some of that collaboration I was talking about with NASA. Also, the Chinese, and I never knew about this before, but I looked at uh, Jeff Bezos, his rocket, a straight up flying dildo. And if you've never seen it, it's one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever seen. It's a fucking flying dick. Um, it's like they sculpted it to be that way. Anyway, that might be one of the partners that helps this way. But NASA could be one of the collaborators. The Chinese could be some collaborators too, because they're all kind of doing the same thing. So leading up to the devil was the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is inner conflict. The devil destroys the inner conflict, and then it is one purpose, one mind, and obsession. Then we have this Three of Pentacles. Now, I just want to look a little bit more at this because we are dealing with a reality of aliens being fucking all over the place, right? Aliens on the moon, aliens on Mars, probably something on Mars. There's definitely, nature abhors a vacuum. That's what they say. So let's just look at what we have here. And we get a Four of Cups. Huh. The thing that's sticking out to me is the ship on the bottom. And just so the person here is stuck in the tower and they really want to get out of the tower. And there's that ship and they could get in it, but instead they're just being sad. So we've got this sort of emotional, um, sort of a stagnation and a boredom. So here, it almost looks like people who are otherwise bored, I guess, would be ready to collaborate with him on this. And that might just be the people who eventually decide to colonize Mars, a totally different type of pioneer. Um, but the ship is the thing that kind of sticks out. Now, that is a Viking ship, and supposedly the Vikings are the Nordic aliens. I don't remember which star system they're supposed to be from. Maybe this is talking about some Nordic collaboration. Okay, now I guess I'm going to try to put a timeline on this because this does look like he will succeed. So let's just put a timeline on this whole Mars colony thing. We get a 4. It's the Emperor. Wow. So there's lots of symbolism that's coming out here because we had the devil earlier. And here in the Emperor, you can see his foot is solidly down on the devil. Now, theoretically, this would talk about Elon Musk controlling his obsession. I mean, I guess he might become the fucking emperor of Mars. That makes complete sense to me. Um, but when we look at how long this is going to be, so we do have a 4, and as a major arcana card, geez, would I read that? Huh. I'm thinking maybe like 2040. I think he's trying to do this by 2030. But the 4 is important. So maybe that's 2034. But I think that might be talking about a 40. Huh. Well, it looks like there will be success. Now, here the question then becomes, will the colony flourish or will they all die? Will the Emperor of Mars and his crazy pioneers get possessed by crazy fucking Mars spirits? Like, who knows? Who knows what's over there? A bacteria that just eats the flesh off their faces or something. Will the colony flourish? The Knight of Cups, that is fucking fascinating because the Knight of Cups is basically saying they're probably not going to continue to have the colony on Mars. That they might move to another place. But I guess if you can fly to Mars, what would keep you there? You know what I mean? But the Knight of Cups, spiritual seeker, it just makes me think that they are going to follow a call to a different place. Now, this also could be a place on Mars, right? The old sacred ground, the place where there was a civilization before on Mars. Maybe they get there and it's just like a switch gets turned on in their head and they're like, I know where to go. So they all go to the place. Then let's just see what happens. What happens as the Knight of Cups finds this thing. So we get a Queen of Wands. And I guess it's like they all feel pretty good about themselves. They all feel very pretty. Maybe it makes you pretty. Or it shifts all your boobs to one side, which could also happen. Okay, that's what we get here. It looks like Elon will be successful. And I honestly wish this whole endeavor the best because this is like we are stepping into the Star Trek reality. And I think that's great. So good luck to Elon and all of the pioneers. I hope you don't end up with a flesh eating bacteria that eats your faces. And if you have any other thoughts on the cards or any other ideas, about this, feel free to let me know. And peace.